Hi, Tom Stavorowski, founder of Forever Well and developer of gut-brain therapy for migraine prevention. Now, I realize that it's probably important for us to take a few moments and define some terms because I mentioned in some of the other videos that I didn't come from a medical or science background. And so learning the language of medicine, of the human organism, took a little while for me. And so I want to make sure that when I discuss certain things, you know what we're talking about. The digestive system is that part of the body which is responsible for a number of things, but the most obvious of which is to take the food that we eat and the liquids that we drink and digest them into the particles that the body can utilize. It's interesting to realize that the tube that runs from our mouth to our anus, which includes the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, anything within that tube is literally outside of the body. There's a lot of bacteria in that tube. There's a lot of incompletely digested nutrients that if those things were allowed to cross through the gut wall, through the lining of the intestine or the stomach, if it was able to get through and into the bloodstream, could cause all kinds of problems within the body. So we don't always think about it that way, but this tube, whatever's in there, is literally outside of the body. Now, you'll hear the terms gut and stomach and digestive system and et cetera, et cetera. So I want to be clear about a little bit of definition here. So the tube that runs from our mouth to our anus is called the digestive system. It's supported by the digestive organs like the liver and the pancreas and the gallbladder and other components that feed enzymes and bile and other components that are necessary to create the proper environment for the digestive system to do its job. And typically the mouth and the esophagus is of course the first step of that. Everything below that, the stomach and the small and large intestines, are referred to as the gut. So if you hear gut instincts or we talk about gut-brain therapy, we talk about the gut. We're talking about those three components: the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. Other definitions or phrases and terminology I want you to understand: gut-brain. Now, we always refer to Dr. Gershon's work. He's the recognized father of a field called neurogastroenterology, the study of the gut-brain. His book, The Second Brain, was the seminal work describing the discovery and acknowledgement of the function of the gut-brain. Now, you might think, if you're a science person or you remember back to biology, you think, well, I dissected a frog or a pig and I never saw a gut-brain. And the reason is the nerve complexes, the nerve tissue that makes up the gut-brain literally lies within the lining of the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. They've shown that there's more nerve cells in the lining of the tube that runs from our mouth to our anus than there is in the spinal column. That this nerve complex is different from all the peripheral nervous system. If you touch the stove, the nerves on your fingers send a signal to the brain, and the brain triggers a fast release because of the heat. So those are nerve signals that all work through the brain. The nerves, and what makes the brain and the central nervous system different from the peripheral nervous system is that within the brain the cells talk to one another. They make decisions. Our peripheral nervous system only sends signals. Now, what makes the gut brain a brain and not just part of the peripheral nervous system is that in the research they've shown that the cells of the gut brain literally talk to each other. That the gut brain operates the digestive processes within our body without asking the gut brain for calculations and determinations. So the gut brain says, pancreas, I need more of this digestive enzyme. Gallbladder, release more bile. I need to control fatty acid processing. Stomach, release more acid because we've got to digest this protein. All this decision making is being done by the gut brain, not the head brain. So it's really fascinating research, and as you'll see in some of the other videos when we talk about this, it really opens the door of possibility to why digestive function, the function of the gut, the digestive system, can be playing a maybe causative role in migraine disease. Now, we also talk, you'll hear sometimes the terms allopathic medicine. Allopathic is basically pharmaceutical medicine, modern medicine. Natural medicine is another term that we use. We use that to describe basically everything else. But within natural medicine, it's a big, wide, wonderful world. You got chiropractic and naturopathic and traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine from India, and shamanic traditions, and massage, and osteopathic. So it's hard to put it in one category, but basically, for ease of discussion, we talk about allopathic pharmaceutical medicine and natural medicine. So I hope that helps. The other thing that I wanted to mention in this segment was the whole concept of delayed response food allergies. Interestingly, within the digestive system, we've also shown that research has shown that some 80% of the body's immune function is in the digestive system. And so the role of that immune system is to make sure that any foreign substances that would be detrimental to the body if they were absorbed through the lining of the tube and into the bloodstream like nutrients do, that all the bad stuff is kept out. So the immune system has a huge role within the digestive system. In natural medicine, you'll hear what's referred to as delayed response food allergies that we think might be playing a role in migraine disease. That because of the use of antibiotics and other lifestyle or dietary choices, the health of the digestive system starts to become compromised, and we get inflammation or ulceration of the tube, and what's referred to as leaky gut. This means that there's areas of the gut, the tube, that are not functioning as well as they should, and they're allowing incompletely digested food particles, principally proteins, to cross through the gut barrier and into the bloodstream. And when the body, when internally the body has these incompletely digested proteins or food fragments that are not, nutrients that are not broken down to the level that the body can actually utilize, the body has an internal allergic sensitivity reaction. And the problem, this is called a delayed response food allergy because this is the sort of thing where, let's say you have an allergy to egg. You could eat an egg on Tuesday and have a migraine on Friday. So that there's not an immediate, it's not like an allergy, a skin rash allergy where, you eat a raspberry and you get it, or a strawberry and you get a rash right away. It's a delayed response. And in natural, it's not something that is typically discussed in pharmaceutical medicine or modern medicine, but in natural medicine it is an area where a lot of research has been done. A lot of practitioners do believe that this leaky gut, poorly functioning tube, it can cause us problems. So as you go through the rest of the videos, I want you to just, if there's any confusion about what we're talking about, these are some of the components and the factors that we want you to be aware of. So thanks for listening.